Hello, welcome to my videos and my blog. And this time I'm going to talk about the 2024 NBA Playoff Day 24, where yesterday were played two games, where both games were the game four, where in the first game the Boston Celtics defeated 109 to 102 the Cleveland Cavaliers, and with this victory the Celtics took a 3-1 lead in the series, and now the series will move on to Boston, where the most probably is the Boston Celtics are going to win that game 5, and they're going to qualify to the Eastern Finals. And in the second game, this in the game 4, the Oklahoma City Thunder won in the last minutes of the game, 100 to 96 to Dallas Mavericks now, and tied the series 2-2. And now the series move on to again to Oklahoma City, to the game 5. So this is a tremendous series. This is a very great series that I think is going to be finished in 7 games, and this is a tremendous series because both teams are very great teams. So I'm going to talk about a little more about each game. Let's talk about the first game. Cleveland Cavaliers 102, Boston Celtics 109, where the Boston Celtics had a big advantage because the Cleveland Cavaliers star Donovan Mitchell didn't play because he was injured. And to be honest, when I knew this information, I thought that the Boston Celtics were going to win this game easily. I think they were going to blow out the game because I thought that they were going to win by more than 15-20 points, but not. The Cleveland Cavaliers play a tremendous basketball ever, where they forced the Boston Celtics to play its best basketball ever, and they battled a lot, but in the end the Celtics won the game, and they are almost they are just one game away to qualify to the finals. About this game, in the first quarter, the Boston Celtics, it was for the 2 games, it was a very tremendous basketball level in the offense side, where both teams scored more than 30 points. The Boston Celtics won this quarter by 7 point difference, 37-30, and they were leading the game. In the second quarter, the game was closer than the first quarter, where there was a very great performance, I think, in this situation by the defense side, where the Cleveland Cavaliers won by 2 point difference, 27-25, and they reduced the game to a 5 point difference. And in the halftime, the Boston Celtics were leading the game 62-57. In the third quarter, again, the game was very close, but in this time, the Boston Celtics were a little better than the Cavaliers, where they won this quarter by 5 point difference, 26-21, and they were leading by the 10 point difference in the end of the third quarter. And Boston Celtics were leading in the end of the third quarter, it's 88 to 70 to 78. And the fourth quarter, the Boston Celtics were always leading the game. Of course, that the Cavaliers reduced the gap by 3 to 10 point difference, but in the end the Boston Celtics had the lead of the game. They lost the quarter by 3 point difference, but in the end the Boston Celtics had the lead, and they won the game 109 to 102, and they got the victory. That was the most important. About the best player for the game for the Boston Celtics was Jason Tatum, that made a double-double with 33 points and 11 rebounds. This is the back-to-back game that Jason Tatum played a tremendous basketball level, because remember that in the first rounds against the Miami Heat and the first 3 games of this series, Jason Tatum didn't play a very great basketball level, and the second best scorer was Jaylen Brown with 27 points, and the third one was Drew Holiday with 60 points. And by the Cleveland Cavaliers side, the best player was Darius Garland with 30 points, and the second best scorer were Evan Mobley and Caris LeVert with 19 points each one, and the fourth one was Max Struz with 50 points. And in the second game, this was closer and most exciting. The Dallas Mavericks 96, the Oklahoma City Thunder 100. To be honest, I think that the Dallas Mavericks had the game under control, and they have the game under control, how I told you, because I thought they were gonna to win this game, because they had most of the game the advantage, and they were leading most of the time of the game. But I think that the Dallas Mavericks relaxed its game, because in the beginning of the fourth quarter they were leading the game, and I thought they were gonna to win this game. But in the last quarter, the Thunder played a tremendous basketball ever, especially the shy Shai Gildon Alexander. They outplayed and outscored the Dallas Mavericks in the last quarter, especially in the last 3 minutes of the quarter, and that was enough to tie the game. How I told you, the Mavericks, in my opinion, they played better in the first 3 quarters, especially in the first half, where they were leading the game by in the halftime, 54-43 by 11-point difference. And in that part of the game, to be honest, I thought that the Dallas Mavericks were gonna to increase that lead in the second quarter, especially in the third quarter, and the game was gonna to be over in the end of the third quarter, but not. The Thunder played tremendous basketball in the second half, where in the third quarter they won the quarter 22-15, and they reduced the gap to a 4-point difference. And in the end of the third quarter, the Dallas Mavericks were leading just 69 to 65 by 4-point difference. In the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Dallas Mavericks still were playing a very great basketball ever, where always the lead was between 4 to 10 point difference. But since in the first 3 minutes of the quarter, the Dallas Mavericks last quarter, the Dallas Mavericks played better. But after that, in the last 9 minutes of the last quarter, the Thunder played a tremendous basketball over. How I told you, they outplayed the Dallas Mavericks, and the Thunder could get the lead of the game for first time since the first quarter, when there was left 3 minutes to play, and they could get the victory. Something important here is when there was like 1 minute to play, Luka Doncic had the opportunity to tie the game. But he missed one free throw, and after that, the Oklahoma City Thunder could get another free throw, and that was enough to win the game 196 and tie the series to 2. About the statistics, the best player, who I told you, by the Thunder was Shai Gilgeous Alexander, that scored 34 points. But and I think that he played tremendous basketball in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, and this was very, very important to win the game. The second best scorer was Chet Holmgren with 18 points and 9 rebounds. He was one rebound shy to get a double-double. The third best scorer was Lou Jens Dor with 70 points, and the fourth one was Jalen Williams with 14 points. And by the Mavericks side, the best player was PG Washington with 21 points and 12 rebounds. He made a double-double. But something important here is also he had the opportunity to reduce the game to a 1-point difference, but he missed a very important free throw. And after that, the Thunder got a little more than 4 points. That was impossible to tie for the Mavs when there was just less than 10 seconds to play. The second best scorer was Luka Doncic with a triple-double with 80 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. But he didn't play a very great basketball according to his basketball level, because he regularly scored more than 25 points per game. And the third best scorer was Derrick Jones Jr. with 17 points. And something important here is that the Kyrie Irving just scored 9 points. So you can see here that when Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving don't play a very great basketball level, and your star is PJ Washington, you are doing something very bad, and regularly the Dallas Mavericks are gonna to lose that game. So if the Dallas Mavericks want to win a game, they need that Luka Doncic and or Kyrie Irving play a very great basketball level to win the games. So what's next? Today we'll have 2 games, the game 5 in each game, where in the first game the New York Knicks will play against the Indiana Pacers and New York in the Madison Square Garden and 20 o'clock Eastern Time. Remember that this series is tied to 2. The teams that have played as a home team has won their games. The Knicks won the first 2 games in New York, and the Pacers won the second is 2 games and Indianapolis. So I think that this will be a very close game, but I think that the New York Knicks are going to win this game because they will play in home. I think this will be a close game, and I think that the Knicks are going to win this game by 3 or 5 point difference, and the most probably in the last possession of the game, and they will take the lead of the game. And in the second game of the day, the Denver Nuggets will play against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Denver Arena Ball Stadium, something like that. And 2030 is third time. Remember that this series is tied to 2, and this is something different from the series again, between the Knicks and Pacers, where in this series between the Nuggets and the Timberwolves, the teams that have played as the team that has played as a road team has won each game. The Timberwolves won the first 2 games, and Denver and the Nuggets won the game 3 and 4, and Minnesota. To be honest, the Nuggets are the reigning champion team, and there is something important that I've learned is that you can never bet against the defending champion team. So I think that now the Nuggets got the momentum because they play a very better basketball in the first 2 games, especially in the second game, but they recover the momentum and the mystic, if I can see that. So I think that the Nuggets are going to win this game because they will play home and they recover that momentum and it's best basketball ever. So I think that the Nuggets are going to win this game by 7 or 10 point difference. They will get the lead of the game, and the most probably they are going to win this series. So in this video I talk about what happened yesterday and the games that will be played today. These are for today. See you next video. Gibran.